sound of the update happening. I'm hanging out here with Ninbins. Hello there, Ninbins.
Hello.
So, I'm not sure exactly where I want to start with today, because today is going to be a really chill kind of stream. We are grinding some things for our favorite day, in which I get together with my Link show here on Final Fantasy XI, and we kill monsters and slay things and try to get epic equipment. That is the more recent goal as of late. And here, with all that happening, is me. I'm trying to process all of that. It seems like we're going to be at this here update thing for a little bit, so we might as well have ourselves a little chat. And on the subject of aforementioned chat is the concept of that which is, I think today's discussion was about gender identities and all of that, wherein you deal with the idea of who people are and how they live that experience versus the different social and societal, the different social constructs we have around what those things are, what they mean, how they're important, and all of that. That was a fun topic for today, just because we got to deal with that, and in the process of that, ran into a small issue in which someone wanted to kind of take the tack of, but what about freedoms like freedom of speech and the ability to critique people and places and ideas and express how we feel about them and whatnot.
You also have the freedom to not.
To those things, I typically, there are two approaches we have to that, right? One is the more philosophical one of, hey, as a thought, just don't. But you also have the other side of that same philosophy, which is, indeed, the concept of freedom and things being free is, at best, a sword with two whole edges, and both of those edges are not necessarily guaranteed to be friendly experiences. Also, because we are waiting for things to update, I'm going to make myself a graphic. Gonna get ourselves some good graphics.
Get ready, people. He's gonna make some graphic.
Hold on for a moment here. Let me make sure I'm capturing the correct window. Because streams are weird about this thing, it will let me capture parts of the window in which I am working, but will not let me actually display what appears in the window. So let's make sure that you guys can see my working space. Oh snap, wait. Oh, you can. Oh, life as we know it has changed, Mr. Ninbins. They changed the game.
Has it?
Has it? I don't know. It very well may have. That might be a thing that has happened, that has transpired on this October day.
Oh my.
This October day in 2017. We're gonna make ourselves a little thing right here. But yeah, so talking about identity, what's the frustrating thing for me in any of these discussions whenever I have them is the amount of times that I've seen the conversation around these things approached as a clinical subject. And Ninbins, as always, I thank you for being here, and I welcome any input that you would like to share about that. Just to be clear, right? But let's have that discussion of trying to deal with the subject of who a person is and approaching that as if it is something to be kind of picked apart and studied rather than understood and approached with compassion. And the difference in that being, okay, well, here's how I feel about a subject, or here's how it is in my normal everyday life, causing concern, possibly causing harm to myself or people that I care about, and that being like, okay, but let's have a conversation about science, let's have a conversation about like psychology and something like that, and you just kind of going, I hear you, but at the same time, this really isn't the place for this. Like, this is not, right? This is a moment where, it's about the equivalent of being at a funeral and someone talking to you in their grief about, this person passing on from this world and being in heaven or a better place, and you taking the time to go, can we have a discussion on whether or not God is a real person or whether he's just a societal concept? And you're just like, right, I feel you, but right now is just kind of like not the time to have that conversation, so just don't. Thoughts on that, Mr. Binns?
I will agree that there is a time and a place for all things.
So, trying to, and I can see where it's like, I don't even know, because I feel the same way about most discussions that I have on a regular basis about, well, pretty much anything. For fairness.
For fairness.
I wanted to make a screen, but I can't remember what I wanted to make the screen for. I just know I had this somewhat handsome picture that was drawn by a certain Thai, lol.
Lole.
Thai Lole, thank you, who took the time to draw this and several other images that you see floating around here on this here stream, and in a couple of others actually. So hopefully he will be helping me work on emotes. If I can get my life together and draw them, but that's another topic, which I'm going to be kind to myself about, because why not? What do I want to do with this guy? Oh, that's right. I wanted to make a Final Fantasy thing. Which means I need to go and grab another little critter that I did not put, that I have to get from my Dropbox account. Well, this game just lied, so we're going to stop playing with Photoshop now, and we are going to play this game. Because that's what I brought you guys here for, right? I brought you here for this game. You know, what I can tell you for an absolute certainty is that this game does not like being tasked with the whole process of doing two types of things. But you want to know what? It will be okay. Here we are. Okay, let's look around here and see what I have on me, which is way too many things. I need to trade to old seam. My Lane Show group here decided to get with the times and use Discord, which is great. Wow, it was literally the only three things I had on sale. That works. Fun fact, my Link Show group has me on a permanent ban from bringing teleport scrolls. Mostly because anytime I have one of them and we go into an instance, I pull one out to use a resurrection scroll. And every time I try to use a teleport scroll, I use a resurrection scroll, I end up using a teleport scroll instead, and then I get booted out of the instance that we're running because, you know, you can only get into those at one particular point in time. It's pretty funny when it happens, but then it ends up with everyone dying too because I'm a support character, so there's that. And what we can learn from that, boys and girls, is that if you're not nice to your support, you die. Take that to the bank. You can cash it any 10th or 25th of every month. Nins as a support character, but not a support character. Do you have anything to add to that?
To what, sorry?
Being nice to your support at the risk of death.
Like, that's just my general approach to League of Legends. Be nice to everyone at the risk of death. I myself, being a support character and a very petty man, can attest to the efficacy of that particular advice.
As a resident petty person, when you're playing, because I'm playing an MMO right now, tell me about how that behavior translates to MMOs as our resident petty person.
Well, depending on the MMO, you can deny people any kind of thing that they may want, such as whenever an event is active, you can go out of your way to finish said event before anyone else can actually partake in it, thus making their leveling progress so much longer.
Is this something that you... I'm not sure that you could either confirm or deny, but were you able to confirm or deny? Would you be able to confirm or deny that these are things that have actually happened?
I can actually confirm or deny that these things have happened.
Has it happened on multiple occasions?
Well, of course, I can neither confirm nor deny, but it may have.
And it would just be such a shame if they did.
No, it wouldn't.
Of course it would. Just far be it from the likes of us to just do such a thing. It would just be awful.
Would it?
And we just simply couldn't do it. Could not.
You know what? You're right. We could not do that.
Just absolutely not. Just perish the thought, even.
I am insulted that you would even think that of me. To the point where I might have to do something about that, but I can neither confirm or deny that.
Oh, well, I mean, of course, right? You know, like confirmation or denial not being a thing that either of us could do, because again, just far be it from us being the people that we are, of upstanding moral character, by the way, to do such a thing.
I think the kids nowadays would call it cucking.
You know, kids these days say stupid things.
So many stupid things.
Come through, oh spirit of Jennifer Hudson, and be extra on this evening. Wait, has that campaign not started yet? I think there should be a Dark Matter campaign. Hey there, sub. How's it going? I think you're a mod, so you don't have to be as nice tonight, bot. You can ignore a bunch of stuff. But then I'll need you to see to it that you keep everyone else in line, as it were. Oh, snap. Oh, wait. Wait. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will await that, I will eagerly await that. Oh, yay! Haven't seen this lovely person in a while. Running about aimlessly.
Woohoo!
It's always nice to run into a familiar face in the middle of these games, and this is what I like about MMOs the most. You get in on these communities, and you talk to people, and you get to know them, and they recognize you when you come back. You get to catch up on things like, hey, how's life going, and how have you been, and how are the kids, and or other things that you are occasionally tempted to ask about.
I mean, that's the thing I enjoy the most about any gaming community, really.
Child, we might have to turn this whole car around. We might have to turn this whole car around because these people are determined to try my nerves, and I am not about this today. So we're gonna have this community discussion yet again. You know, okay, first thing, for anybody who's I guess been here long enough to know, one of the things that I think I'll talk about my job. How about that? So my job, where I work right now, is with a international company that makes a software that is used for distance training. That's what I do. And I work in, well, I've worked in pretty much every department that they have because I was the second person that they hired. And the company now, in the region that I'm in, has 50 people. So let's talk about how I got this job. The first part of this job that I got, it's a story that takes 6 years worth of time. When I got, well, actually, almost a full 9. When I got the job, I was working at I got a job at a company, and at that time I was working in a grocery store. They offered me the job. It was on really short notice, but it was one of those things like, you don't get an opportunity like that very often. You'd be a fool not to take it. So guess what I did? Now, when I got that job, I was kind of, I'm a person who's very honest about whether or not I'm bored, and that doesn't work very well in professional circles. So I went and got myself promptly in a fair bit of trouble because I fell asleep in front of the CEO while he was talking. Funniest story that I have to tell anybody, because I figure I'm a perfect example of you can be anything you want if you happen to be at the right place at the right time. Well, during that job that I got, I was also unfailingly polite to the person who did all of the admin work. Because listen, that person made everyone's life possible. And I was determined to make sure that they knew I was grateful for it. So, eventually, because they didn't have people and processes in place to give me the training that I needed to have, and all of that, I ended up being let go from that job, right? And then the administrative person was really upset about that. Shortly after that, I told her, don't worry about it. It was a good experience, but two, I'll be back in no time. Like, you'll see me again, and we will probably work together when you do. I wouldn't think twice about it. And we kept in touch. So, in that 2 years worth of time, I spent a little bit of time unemployed, did a little bit of web development work, and then ended up working for a pizza shop. All of that just to keep things running and the lights on. Well, come 2 years later, another company comes into Athens, and they open up a spot downtown about 3 miles from where I live. And in that area, I then come in just to help put up some furniture and like assemble boxes, because they didn't have a whole bunch of movers and stuff to do all of this craziness with the furniture that they bought, and they needed help. I had a free afternoon, I went to go help. And it turns out that it ended up being the exact same company I'd worked in before, and the admin lady happened to be working there that day. She asked me how I'd been, and she remembered me because I was the only person who said thank you to her on a regular basis. So she went down the hall, talked to one of the people who was managing that office, and got me in for a job the following day. Once again, related to MMOs, be nice to your support people. So with that in mind, I went to start working there, and worked at that job for a while, made a number of contacts and other friends, and started like learning about the industry I was in. I had my only strong suit, or the one marketable skill that I have when I went into the job at that time, was, hey, I learned stuff really fast. Anything you can possibly want to throw at me, I will learn it that day or sooner. And I lived up to it, and of course, I met the same CEO, and I did not fall asleep this time, so that also helped my case. Now, with that in mind, worked there for a good 2 or 3 years. And when I left that job the second time, I left on my own terms. So, we fast forward about 1.5 years, because I had worked with a instructional design company, and I worked there just learning all kinds of things again, just because I learned things. I picked up a whole bunch of different software, helped network the entire office together. It was great. And they were good people to work with. And when things kind of passed on, I got an offer from the company that I work at now. And at the time, started working there doing contract work. So they asked me to respond to emails, they asked me to provide training, they asked me to explain what the software did, and to just basically be there and be friendly and answer the phone. So I did, and that is what I proceeded to do for a good long while, working at that company. And then, when the job became a lot more permanent, I need to change my macros for this job. When the job became a lot more permanent and the years had gone by, they picked me up, they asked me to come on permanently, and they started growing the company from there. Now here's the thing about all of this story and where this whole winding thing goes. I didn't do anything, really, to get there. Obviously there was intelligence I had to have that helped with staying there and remaining employed. If I had been a bad employee, I would have gotten fired. That's not what happened, thank goodness, but that's just because I ended up proving myself competent. But as far as being there, meeting the people that I needed to meet at the time that I needed to meet them and all that other stuff, That was just a matter of time passing and me being where I needed to be when I needed to be there. There are a lot of things about my own life where things happen to me that shouldn't have, and a lot more has not happened to me that probably should have. Right? You don't just like working really hard at things doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to succeed, and not working at things doesn't necessarily mean you're going to fail. Some things happen when they need to and not a moment before then, and we have no control over when that is. So how does that apply to this whole thing? Let me talk about streaming for a moment. At the moment, as I look at this screen, I have 73 followers sitting up here. You want to know how I ended up even doing this? Someone just said, hey, you seem like it would be really fun to watch you play video games, and said that I should try streaming and see how it goes.
Ta-da!
It was only kind of like a halfway serious thing when it happened, and then here all these people came out of the woodwork. Out of the woodwork, like, hey, we really like you. We'd like to see you do more of this stuff. Please stick around. We will throw things at you to keep you here. Okay, first thing, y'all are crazy. Okay, you're crazy. All, like, at the moment, like, when it started, it was like 5 or 7 of y'all, because I happened to just go, what does OBS even do, and play Final Fantasy for a couple of hours, and 8 of you followed that day. And now here we are, 70 something of you later. Y'all are absolutely nuts. I don't know what to say about you, except for thank you very much for being here, and I appreciate that, but also, what's wrong with you? Get some sleep. So, right, that's that whole thing. But again, it's not like it was a grand effort on my part to do a bunch of different things that, you know, ended up with these people being here. I just offer people the opportunity to be here and to share my video game experiences and hang out with me and my friends, and some people decided to take me up on that, and here we are. And that same stroke of just things happening when they happen and at the times that they do, completely outside of our control, except for being consistent in when we decide to stream so that people can join us and see what we're up to, is what happens to every single streamer, whether you have 10 followers or 10,000 followers. So this crazy idea that, you know, if you like, that the amount of followers that you have or the amount of subs that you have is purely a function of the amount of day in and day out grind that you put into this is kind of ridiculous. And when we say kind of ridiculous, I mean immediately ridiculous. Like, y'all are insane. If that's something that you think, because that's not how that works. Any person with a significant audience would probably tell you the same thing. Some of this was a lot of hard work, but some of it was also just a lot of luck. I don't know how I ran into the amount of people that I did.
Magic.
So, in every success story, in every single one, there is an element of magic in there. Like, you can't just make that stuff just happen when you want it to. That being said, for those of you who act like, oh, well, I just got to the place that I got because I have this awesome personality and presence and like the perfect set of equipment, and I'm gonna need you to get the entire hell out of here.
Span across the entire distance, length, breadth, width of hell, and get out.
Or, you know, if we want to do something a little bit more relevant to the people who may be watching today, take a cue from Kendrick Lamar. Be humble, sit down. And with that, I'm going to slide my little soapbox right back under the desk, and I'm going to continue playing this game. Thank you for listening. I don't want to fight dragons, but I need to go fight dragons. Okay, let's go fight dragons.
I love how that's a constant in so many different MMOs. It's just fighting dragon.
Listen, but also, you know, so I didn't know that streaming was a thing for a very long time. I wanted to be like a QA or beta tester, or be part of the people who just kind of test out concepts in games and see how they work, or just write character bios because I thought those were fun. But then I've always been into games because of stories, and I've always liked the idea of MMOs because you could play with friends. So imagine my whole world when it's kind of like, hey, there are people in different places, you know, near me and far, like in some cases, a whole day and some change away from me, that are interested in watching me play a game. Who knew?
Who knew? Me! Well, I suppose I was in the same boat for a very long time. I had also hoped to write for video games or test them, or any number of other things, and never had I thought that I would take this avenue into that particular storytelling element and industry.
The other thing I have to say about video games and my different varying feelings about them, I've enjoyed watching how they bring people together to do awesome things. Hopefully more awesome things than stupid, and that's what I constantly hope for as I continue to, you know, be in this world and exist as a citizen, right? That people choose to be more smart than dumb as often as possible. Needless to say, I find myself woefully disappointed most of the time, but hey. Are there people even at this thing? I suppose I can try to summon my imaginary friends, but I bet I don't have my healer right now. I do not. I really don't want to deal with this. Okay, so I need to get a red mage. Koru. And let's also get a okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's see about getting myself wrecked by a dragon. Wow, this thing literally does not turn.
Are you excited for this Saturday, Mr. Sean?
Is something special happening Saturday?
Bead.
Well, so here's what's happening in my whole brain right now with Saturday. Oh my word. So I am looking forward to D&D evening, but I have so much on my brain at the moment. I can't even think about D&D evening, even if I want to.
What else is happening on Saturday, Mr. Sean?
Well, currently, it's not even Saturday. It is thinking about tonight and tomorrow and some other things because there are events happening.
Yes, I believe there are events happening. Or at least one in particular that has several smaller events.
You know, as it may or may not be known, I am going to have myself a visitor today.
Today for sure.
Well, yep, because what they don't know is that I am going to just go and retrieve them.
You know what's funny? I hadn't expected that to happen.
So I mean, it's basically what's gonna happen if I don't, right?
Mm-hmm. I heard you announce that particular thing happening on stream too.
Sorry, what was that?
I believe you've already announced that thing happening on stream too.
I'm not sure that I had. And I died. And I died. But one, I need a healer for that, and two, I should be more stabby.
Lord, but mounts in Guild Wars 2 are a godsend.
Are what?
A godsend.
I guess I want to be...
The very best.
No, this isn't Pokemon. I don't know if I want to be a thief or a thief ninja or a thief dancer.
More's the pity. Nothing.
Okay, because, quiet as it's kept, it wouldn't be, considering possible competition, it really wouldn't be that hard.
Probably not.
But, these are things that we can neither confirm nor deny. You will simply have to find out about them with the passage of time.
With the turning of the hourglass. For these are the days of our life.
I really should learn how to play that song because I can. Do I have imaginary wizard friend? I do not have wizard friend. Okay. Let me see about how to get my white wizard friend. Aw. You know, at some point I owe you a game.
Of?
Just a good little romp through the lands of Guild Wars.
Huh?
I think I'm at that. I should be at that second story point by now. I don't know if we've gone through the whole thing, but we should be there because I know I hit like level 20 and some change the last time we were playing together. We do still have to play Paladins. Hey there, C-Rex. Thank you for popping on by. I do appreciate that. This is probably one of the very few times that I've actually gotten to see you here. How's it going? So apparently I lucked out today. I'm not mad about that.
Luck is a good thing.
Sure is, Ninbins. Sure is. Not that we would know anything about that. Ha 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 ha. Well, I am as happy to have you along as you are happy to be here, so I think that's a good matchup. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here, because on the one hand, what I have to do is grindy, but due to certain circumstances, the amount of time that I have to enjoy hanging out with you all is a little bit shorter than usual today. Oh, I could ride a giant squid. Look, guys, I got a squid. Okay, can we just talk about the fact that this thing looks monstrous? Hold on for a moment. Let's zoom in. I thought those were teeth and got really concerned for a moment.
What are they?
Hmm?
What are they?
It just seems to be about where its mouth is, but they don't look like teeth. They look like a bunch of really smaller set of tentacles.
Ah.
I still think
that would be worrying.
I still think my favorite of these things to ride is the bird. The bird is probably my favorite.
I cannot wait to get the bunny in Guild Wars 2.
We're not talking about Guild Wars. I have to have like what 30 whole years before I could ride them out or whatever.
No, you just have to buy the DLC.
Like, can we just talk about the fact that I'm determined not to spend money on things except for League of Legends and the subscription required to have this game and Roll20 and, well, I guess, damn, I should probably just buy the game. But I don't want to.
Well, I mean, you don't have to buy the game, you just have to buy a DLC.
So, buying the game, like I said, don't want to buy the game.
I mean, I bought the game and the DLC separately.
Well, you know something. Listen, not everybody's you, Nins, okay? Not everything's about you.
Damn, I was so certain it was.
Oh my word. I almost did it. I almost did it, but I held myself back at the last second.
And then Bay was firmly put there too.
I need you to don't. My favorite thing in this game is summoning these imaginary friends who are required to help me with whatever I want to drag them into. That is probably the coolest thing. Who's running heals? I think we'll leave that healing job to Joaquin, if I can find him. Okay, I'm gonna need you not to come for my size, but so my character class is a Taru. They are very much magically inclined, but they're also the shortest race in the entire game out of the 4 of them that we have. We have humans, we have Mithra, which are a bunch of cat people, we have Taru, which are the small people, like the one that I'm playing right now, and we have what we call Galka. They are really big people. But yeah, Mr. Salteus is showing off a little bit. That much is true.
Did you say Salteus?
No, Salteus.
Okay. I was a little worried there.
Oh, I'm ineligible, you say? Excuse me. I will just keep right on going then. But yeah, Salteus had a little bit of a moment earlier in the game, so when you get to finally get him as an imaginary friend, he has wings and all this other really crazy elaborate stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Hello, friends. Excuse you?
Thank you.
Hey Nins, per your pronouncing of Salteus's name, we now have a new thing happening in chat.
Oh, yay. It's always terrible when I start something.
Yeah, his name is now officially Salteus. I think apparently my graphics card doesn't like trying to do all the heavy lifting for encoding and streaming and stuff too. So at some point I'm gonna have to switch the thing that lets the computer process stuff instead of asking the graphics card to do it, so that the graphics card can be more graphic-like. Because I spent too much money on a on a Black Friday sale to have this nonsense occurring. Oh no, you don't. You can have this whole tornado. There's a special sword I want to get for my thief, but It'll be a while before I can have one of those because you have to kill this giant 3-headed monster. It takes like legit 18 people to kill in order to get one. No pressure or anything. This game just likes to make challenging things really challenging. Did you say Final Fantasy 1? What kind of... Lord have mercy. What kind of what kind of specs do you need to stream Final Fantasy 1? I don't think Final Fantasy 1 is especially graphics intensive.
Hello? What's up?
You know, okay, like, should I just...
Alright, well just,
Alright, I'll have to kill 10 of these. Okay, that's cool.
How long is it gonna be?
Do I have to kill Aquans? I would love to have to kill Aquans, and I do not have to kill them. Of course I don't. Is that for Super Nintendo? Is that the... Or is that like the straight, like normal Nintendo emulator that you have to run? I'm kind of mad about that. You know, I should stream another, like, old school game. The last time I did this, I did a run through with Sonic, and that was actually a lot of fun. And then I learned that everyone suffered through absolutely horrible sound, so I did it again. Yay, I have to kill one more of you. And lucky you. Are you a fan of the Final Fantasy series in general, or just one in particular? Okay then, lizard. Okay. Well, you have a lot of ground to cover. You have a couple of them in the series that I'm just going to be like, okay. I can tell you that the one that I'm on right now is 11. So if you're playing through the series, you want to keep that in mind. 11 and 14 are both MMOs. So you may be skipping those. Maybe. I mean, if you want to, like, sign up for any of them, you are welcome to do that. But, I mean, and we'd be happy to have you there. Myself on 11, Mr. Sub here on 14 until I join 14, and then myself and both Sub on 14. But there you go. Why would you do that, you jerk? Well, the Final Fantasy games, in and of themselves, don't take an especially long time to get through, but they do take a while if you're trying to do things correctly, or if you're trying to, like, do the most you can possibly do. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Because I still kind of sort of need to kill things. I guess I should go and kill plants. Okay, let's go kill plants then. I suppose that's fair, right? If you're playing on your streaming schedule, then it will take a lot longer, that is for sure. Oh no, this was not the way I wanted to go. Nope, we will turn that right back around. You know what? I think we'll take a mount. Let me see which mount we want to take this time. Let's take the bird. Well, since we're here, I was watching, I remember seeing you streaming Cuphead the other day. How did that go? Did you get to the end?
Who was streaming Cuphead?
Mr. C Rex here in the chat window.
I have no idea.
He has a weakness for rage-inducing games.
Well, Cuphead does take skill.
Well, I mean, it's very old school in the way that the games work. It reminds me of
Like,
older
It's very
NES
very
games
old
and
school in
older.
almost every aspect.
Well, I mean, no, art style aside, right? It's also old school in the way that it's challenging. Have you played R-Type before?
I have.
That type of thing is what I mean when I
Yeah.
say that it's like that. It's old school. It's old school in why is this thing so freaking hard? And you kind of love the game as much as you hate it for that reason.
I find it a little disparaging when people refer to it in the same breath as Dark Souls.
I don't know anything about.
I mean, it's
I don't know enough
basically
about.
a problem with semantics.
I don't know enough about.
Because they are both totally different games.
Well, I mean, I don't know enough about Dark Souls to know whether that's an accurate comparison or not, but on the surface of it, I would say that it isn't just because of the nature of what those games are. Like, just the way the game works and the mechanics and all of that other stuff, it seems like it's a kind of a different creature.
Right.
Oh, I guess that's true. It said it isn't nearly as rage-inducing as I want to kill the guy. Oh, look at that, Nins. You got some agreement over here.
Wonderful.
There's nothing, and I quote, they are both difficult games, but that's really all you can say in comparison between the two. They are nothing alike in any other respect.
Because I keep looking at these articles all over the place. And like almost every second article, if not third, refers to the game.
Is that a quesadilla that I see over here in this chat? Because yes, I am here for it. Hello? Sorry, please continue.
No, it's fine.
Case is just generally enjoyable and wonderful in most respects, so kind of have to have that moment of appreciating her person and just her being here.
I would have to agree.
Oh,
If only because they have a food name.
oh, okay, so I have a thing where I have finally managed to put on my big boy pants, and I submitted a sub emote. I submitted my first one today. I bet you can't guess what it is.
Do I have to pull some?
Huh?
I mean, who were you asking?
Talking to the chat over here. I'm pretty sure you know because I keep you apprised of things.
Thankfully.
Well, I mean, you know, I try to set an example for those who follow. Oh, you guys in chat. You guys in chat. You're making my day over here. It's great. Hey, Nins. So leave me alone. Mr. Ninbins. Would you care for I'm gonna go kill some plants, and then after I get through the task of killing all of the plants, would you like to engage in a game of League of Legends?
Sure.
Getting the full updates. There's a lot of giggling that happens in these streams, C-Rex. Well, you know, I kind of can't apologize for that. That's just how it goes.
I just witnessed the cutest moment in Guild Wars 2 ever.
Okay, please be safe while driving home, Case. Thank you for coming by, though. It's true.
I just watched the cutest moment in this entire game.
Have you played the entire game to know that that's the single cutest moment?
No, so I should add on so far.
Okay, we can do that.
Because I just watched a dad and his daughter sing a lullaby to each other.
Oh no. Oh no. Enter heartbreak.
The daughter is now snoring.
I'm just gonna summon an army over here of micro people, and we're all gonna hang out together and be small. That's what we're gonna do, and that also comes with dances. So be ready for it. There will be dances. Oh no, why did I summon you? You're not welcome here, human. What?
Just laughing at your low-key fantasy racism.
I have an effect I'm going for over here. C-Rex, get out of here. Get out of here. He says, and I quote, great. Now you have like everyone doing that. I kind of dislike you a little bit.
Like I said, if I started, it's probably bad.
Just like, you racist.
Racism is terrible.
Well, actually, they have like a number of storylines in this game that basically have that as an underlying story point. Okay, everybody gets to dance.
Just a bunch of tiny racist people.
Man, the puns are so bad. You really need to be in chat to see these. They are awful. I wonder if your party has a short temper. Like, you have to see what the party looks like to understand why these are awful. They also said I seem to be having a little fun with this whole party setup that I have. Apparently, these jokes are being told as a form of punishment.
Who's being punished?
Apparently, I am.
I mean, if you had committed a crime, it had to be a small one.
Okay, so the size of the crime is actually a very minute detail.
Minuscule, even.
Rather easy to overlook, as it should be. C-Rex has run out of puns and will now need to take a tiny break. You're all awful. I hate you so much. Oh, see, this one character gets these really cool looking spell effects that I wish I could have. But I can't have them because the game doesn't like me as much as it likes these special imaginary characters that I have. What I do now? What did I do? Yay, I have my imaginary friend back! See you later, imaginary friends. Look at me running in these hooker boots. My legs look like drumsticks at my size. It's so frustrating.
True honesty.
I'm glad that you were here. Hopefully you will be here for the next one of these I have on Saturday. That is when the next one is. Good luck on your exam. I hope you
Good
get to study
luck.
before any part of your brain gets fried. I will see you in Discord. I might be the only person I know that does this, but every now and then I like to walk in in MMOs rather than run.
No, I enjoy doing that.
I think it's
I
something.
mean, that's how I found the lullaby scene in Guild Wars 2.
Is by walking.
Yeah. Wow, swimming.
Oh no. Later. I think at some point I'm gonna have to do a stream where we just take all the means of transportation available in the game other than running or a magical transport.
That'd be fun.
Okay, I'll take myself in the house. And then we are going to have ourselves a little party on that there other game. If you would be so kind as to join me for that game. And just to make sure.
I might be so inclined.
Huh?
I might be so inclined.
Marvelous. Now I have Healer Supreme on my side, so I can go and try to attack dragons. But that is an adventure left for tomorrow. So, I'm going to hit that bow right quick, and then we are going to have a little hold up for a second while I make some rearrangements. Emphasis on re more than arrangement.
Well, you were so inspired by our open tonight about Sam Mills. Tomorrow on the NFL Network, he overcame his size to become one of the game's greats, but his impact was even bigger for his fight off the field. Football legend Sam Mills, tomorrow at 9 only on NFL Network. You don't want to miss it. Sam Mills is the only Panther who's ever had his number.
I think at some point I need to respond to this.
This is a game that every year they dedicate one to his message. Keep pounding. First and 10 carry. It is into the secondary. Out to the 43, and let's go back to Tracy.
Jim, as part of the NFL's Crucial Catch Cancer Initiative, all the Panthers are wearing the number 51 on their helmet tonight in honor of Sam Mills, as you mentioned, the linebacker who passed away at the age of 45.
Little elves are working in the background. I'm changing things around. All right, so here we are. Yes, but I'm going to be playing on this go around. That's right, aggressive support, and again, more aggressive support. You will be seeing plenty of flashes of this particular thing while we play this game, because I am playing aggressive support. So, Linz, have you logged into the League of Legends?
Hello.
I have.
Alright, give me a minute to take a piss real quick. I'll be right back.
We have emotes. Yay! Do you have to buy those?
Wentz looks off. Kuechly's not there to drop it. Recognize the play. Collins says his fourth catch. Rookie season.
Do you have to buy those? Hello?
Buy what?
Emotes. How do you use those? Because they have.
Yeah, you have to buy them.
With what?
I do not know.
The eye roll is real.
Accessory.
Okay. Oh, wow. There is a thumbs up thing.
You get that one for free.
How many places can you use that?
In game.
Where do you... I don't see a place to get more of them.
So that's RP in the store under emo.
Oh, well, would you look at that? They are 57% off.
Well, let's see what kind of neat blitz Steve Wilkes comes up with here. You feel one coming? Maybe he's gonna switch it up.
Oh, the Tarek one, though. We're going to get that. Let's go.
Thomas Davis is gonna be on the edge.
Truly outrageous. Well, rip. I have effectively just like spent like all my RP on that. But okay, because I happen to have some anyway. So
I need to have the excited kitten.
Do what?
The excited kitten emote.
And it's good. What a find. Got drafted by Cincinnati, did not make the team. He was practice squad actually, and he's making big contributions.
Julie is living with metastatic breast cancer, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of her body.
Now I'm not exactly sure how this is supposed to work, but let's do this. Are we gonna do some normals?
Sure.
Breast cancer as the first one-phase therapy. Ibrance plus letrozole was significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus letrozole. And Ibrance plus letrozole shrunk tumors in over half of these patients. Patients taking disease can develop white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infections that can... Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include low red blood
I really don't know who I invited.
tiredness,
Oh.
abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite. Julie calls it her new
Chitulu the people.
changed.
The Pope. Chitulu the Pope.
Ask your doctor about Ibrance.
Or, no, it's definitely Chit.
What, Cthulhu?
No, it's Chitulu.
I choose to believe your report about this.
Thank you.
Alright, so then, what's up guys? So, let's go kill things.
Points.
know what I
But
mean?
see, that's what the NFL always do. They always want to dock his name or somebody.
Bro, Eagle 4-1.
It just means
Good God.
It just be who they be last week? Arizona?
No, for real.
Eagles.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, they beat Arizona last week.
Easy.
Y'all, this is normals. Not everybody's playing ranked today, I'm pretty sure.
It's just that we all chose specific roles.
How many people are fighting for support? Hello?
No, people are fighting for top, mid, and ADC.
Wide open down the field.
I declare my intent. Stun everything.
Appreciate it. And a few minutes before y'all leave, we'll smoke a couple balls.
Yeah, big bro.
Smoke a couple balls.
And my band. That will be my band.
Hey, all that dude.
Jana is so strong right now.
Well, like, the thing about her, and the reason why I banned her, is because she is a hard counter to me, because she has a bunch of things that displace people who have to, like, I have a character who has to engage, and she displaces people.
I don't know, but it may be. I'll call him.
Rakan's not as bad because he has like a couple of second pop-ups, but he has to be in melee range to disrupt. She does not have to do that, and that is a problem.
They go at night.
I think I see it. I'm talking about Zay, right? Short, right? Yeah, hey, I seen him downtown the other day, bro.
How are you supposed to do this thing?
That's what he was talking about. I told you about these.
When? I see.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Bro, I didn't see him 2 weeks ago. I seen him literally like that at the day.
How long ago was that?
But it was like two years.
Yeah, because the other day could be 2.
What is it? Matter of fact, it was 2 ago. I had walked the bank. But I had seen.
Eagles in the units. No, I just say that because you're playing them. They don't need to go into that game like 8-1. Boys, look at the Redskins or the. So the way it's looking, the way the Redskins or the Eagles are gonna win that division. The Giants are gonna win. Cowboys.
Hold on. There is someone who has children who are writing rules on roasting people.
We're writing what?
Rules on roasting people, apparently.
And why do they get to decide the rules?
Because they're 6. Or do you have any other questions? Do you want to crush the hopes and dreams of a child, Ned? Is that your plan? Don't you already have like 2 or 3 children to do that to you without adding another one?
I mean, it's very hard for me to say no.
Guys, K Jewelers would like to remind you it's engagement season. Save 25% off all engagement and wedding rings. October 6th through 22nd at K.
Okay, so this commercial just came on that says it's engagement season, like everyone in Georgia wants to be married when it's hot as all hell outside.
How much of that did you see? Because there's more. CBS Monday. The real Bello takes NCIS by storm.
You like having me around.
Why is that?
Because you enjoy a good fight.
New NCIS CBS Tuesday.
It's Mario, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Throws himself into
Oh,
255
yeah.
pounds of Ed Thompson.
Oh, you left it.
South of Yoshi was
Oh,
actually
I never seen this
yeah.
shit.
Racing.
on Trey Turner.
And one of the motherfuckers died. I never seen this.
Decline.
Oh, yeah, I seen it. You seen it?
All right, it's time.
Oh, that's what that shit was sad.
Brevity is overrated.
Hey, that nigga what?
Oh, what the hell?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Wentz has been sacked 3 times.
Chosen of the Sun. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Rally to me.
Let me see if Mr. Person, he is not there.
Minions spawn. First blood approaches.
Who has 2 catches tonight for 29 yards. You're talking to Doug Peterson. Looking down the field. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Of course, this is a quarterback right here himself for a long time.
I must not fall. I will protect you.
Really?
What?
It's too tall.
Hope you're playing somebody with a stun.
Nope.
Wow, the lag though. I had a random and very dramatic set of drops of frame.
Chosen of the Sun. Stand on the sun always rises. I will protect
Well,
you.
we've been big.
An ally has been slain.
Really, Nins?
What?
You're just like, dude, just go farm.
He can't do anything.
Not far.
Do you need me to make a little bit of wandering time for you?
No, I'll just sit on the tower. Like a good little Tryndamere.
Like a good little what?
Like a good little Tryndamere.
Alright. Well, do be safe. Let me know if you happen to need assistance. Okay, let's see if we can do this again without Rames freaking out for a second. We're gonna go for this one right here.
First blood approaches.
I know, but like what? Real, bro.
Ever vigilant. An enemy has been slain.
Hey. Get this.
Like,
No, yeah, I can get around, but I don't want to figure out this.
Chosen
See,
the
they didn't give
sun.
it. I ain't see it.
What on earth could possibly be happening?
Stay at the vanguard.
I mean, I know Rito servers are kind of OP, but this is ridiculous.
The sun always rises. Rally to me. Chosen of the sun. Stay at the vanguard.
Are we taking out this guy?
Sure, if you can get him before he hits the tower.
An ally has been slain. I must not fall. Ever vigilant. I must not fall.
Ha! Good job, Nin.
I will protect
Thank you.
enemy double kill. Rally to me. Feel the sun's glory.
And Carlos, I will need you to go in here.
Chosen of the sun. Stay at the vanguard. Ever vigilant. First blood approaches.
That's it. I'm gonna say watch it get.
Stay at the vanguard.
Just got I'll be right there.
This is like a nice game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
This is a nice game, you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
On the second throne.
I mean, like, despite beginning the game as a 2v1 in top lane,
Rally to me.
I'd say I've come out on top.
Well, I mean, you're still up there.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the Lane Johnson is like playing there, like completion percentage goes up.
Not today, Evelyn.
Oh, that was my bad. I'm so sorry, I didn't mark a missing.
Well, it's kind of hard to be mad when you do that because at least you know.
I must not fall. An ally has been slain.
support him.
That was actually a 4v4.
She can make herself untargetable.
Mm-hmm.
I will protect you. Stay at the vanguard.
Well,
Ever vigilant.
That's his fourth touchdown of the season. In game 6, he had 3 total touchdowns in his first 2 years.
First blood breaker.
I imagine that somewhere in the back of their mind, they're just like, this would be a really good time to say worth.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
It's like you can feel the mastery flash coming.
Destroyed a turret.
On their own 10 and had that 3rd and 16 conversion and open up a 28-16 lead.
Really? You wait there for the second item?
You what?
Zed.
The sun always rises.
He took a Guardian Angel second item.
safety is important.
True, but the fact that I forced him into getting one so early.
I mean, they could just leave you alone and let you farm, and then they wouldn't have to worry about it.
I mean, they would have to additionally worry about it. God.
The sun.
Everyone should have turned around.
No one included me in that fight, but it's fine because I can outrun literally everyone.
First light approaches.
Just outrunning them. I will just walk out and they won't be able to catch me. Varus tried. He did his very hardest.
They're gonna take top.
At the vanguard. Your turret has been destroyed.
Carlos, no!
Ally has been slain. Chosen of the sun. Rally to me.
And that's what you get for playing Yasuo.
What happened?
He literally lost his range with Soraka. Whose Q he can block.
You can block
And that's
Soraka's Q with a
literally
win roll.
her one and only damaging ability. She can't heal herself except with her ult. I forgot to press ult. And that's what I get.
Stay at the vanguard.
You have no peel. Nope.
Enemy rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down. The sun always rises. Ever vigilant.
Did two people just run by this thing and decide not to ward it for any good reason?
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Did you mastery flash us now?
No, I don't have a mastery flash.
will protect you.
I have 6 FPS right now. What on earth is going on, Ryan?
An enemy dominating. First light approaches. An ally has been slain. Chosen of the sun. Rally to me.
Stop there, Mr. Sean. There's a Soraki.
Ever vigilant. Twilight fades. I must not fall. Stay at the bottom.
Jesus Christ, you got fake super early. I mean super quickly.
Like, as a consideration, I don't do damage, I just make plays.
An enemy is legendary. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Rally to me.
this is one of those things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure you see us over there.
That was a terrible outcome.
It was, but it's also going to be the point at which I will have to end our stream for today. League for me is always a work in progress, so that's the good news. The other news is I will see you guys for Saturday stream, during which we will be playing the first bit of D&D I've played with Ninbins in quite some time. I'm looking forward to that. So we will see you then, along with a most wonderful, enjoyable person that I've run into so far, who I think is going to be an equally wonderful and enjoyable DM. So we will see you then. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Be good to each other. We need it.
Bye-bye.